Hey everybody, this is Mike with Birdman Gaming, and I finally decided something to watch to review. And it's a movie called Play or Die. I really don't know what to say about it. I watched Escape Room earlier this year, and that movie was actually quite fun. And this is a British take on that type of film. Uh, it's an escapish room type with some Saw elements and everything, similar to what the Escape Room movie was. However, they tried to fit in other storylines into it, and it didn't play well. Yeah, it had some gore in it. It just it even though I'm a horror movie fan, die-hard horror movie fan, there are some movies that just they don't set well with me. Whether it's the acting, the script, the cinematography, something that just doesn't click with me. And this had something. I don't know what it was, but it didn't sit well with me. Um, and I think in part that's because I did watch Escape Room earlier this year. Um, in part, it might have been any of the other factors that I mentioned. It left a bad taste in my mouth, and I just watched it a couple hours ago. I won't tell you to avoid it because, unlike a lot of the critics or whatever, I believe in people making their own opinions. And these are my opinions. It just was not my cup of tea, so to speak. Um, yeah, it rubbed me the wrong way, and I don't know why. Now, another thing for me to review was something I made predictions of on Sunday, or Saturday rather, and that was AEW's Fyter Fest. It's AEW's second show as a company. They're trying to build up a fan base before they start their TV deal in October. I can understand that. Their their matches are really well structured. There's just at this event there was one thing that caused a ton of controversy. And it was at the end of the Cody Rhodes Darby Allin match. The match was over, and Shawn Spears, for those of you who don't know who he is but watched WWE, he was formerly known as Ty Dillinger. He slid in the ring with a steel chair and hit Cody in the head. It was a completely unprotected chair shot. There was no hands flying up to protect or anything. The chair was supposed to have been gimmicked to where it would look brutal but wouldn't be so bad on Cody. But apparently the lip of the back of the chair caught Cody in the back of the head and busted him wide open. I've been watching wrestling for more than 30 years. I remember the era of Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage. I remember the era of the Attitude Era. I remember what caused the Attitude Era, and that being the rise of ECW and WCW, both offering a more mature product. Um, and ECW had unprotected chair shots left and right. That's where people like Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Rey Mysterio all cut their teeth in United States televised wrestling. And they all three of them actually, I remember, started at ECW and then went to WCW, then on to WWE. So it was a brutal shot. Um, the show was phenomenal. The the first match of the pre-show being the three-team triple threat, tag team triple threat that with SoCal Uncensored, and yeah, it had one. It had a spot in it where it was a jump up Hurricane Rana into a cutter. Just flung the dude right into a cutter. You can't find that kind of wrestling in WWE anymore. I don't. In fact, I don't recall you ever being able to find that kind of wrestling in WWE. ECW, occasionally WCW when they first started the cruiserweight division. Yes, but not in WWE. Um, there was some comedy spots like the Michael Nakazawa match. Had some comedy. There was a amazing um, entrance. It was during the official main event, even though there was one match beyond that, but that was an unsanctioned match. During the official main event, it was the Lucha Brothers and the Laredo Kid versus Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. And the Lucha Brothers and Laredo Kid made their entrance first. Then the Young Bucks came out dressed as Ken and Ryu from Street Fighter. And then a guy came out, jumped up in between them, and mocked Dave Bautista's entrance. And the lights went out. Some Japanese kanji popped up on the screen. And then Kenny Omega was standing there, dressed as Akuma. And the guy who was mocking Batista is knocked out on the ground. It was phenomenal. The match was really good. Then they ended the official show and then showed this unsanctioned match between Moxley and oh god, what's the guy's name? Joey Janela. And that match had some spots that made me cringe, including a couple thousand thumbtacks, Moxley taking off Janela's shoes and socks and slamming his feet and body into the thumbtacks. If you know me personally, you guys know that I've had issues with my ankles, my feet, my legs for years. In some cases, decades. My ankles in particular. And so it made me cringe. The match was great, though. There's not really anything I can say about that entire show. This weekend, there's not any wrestling. I might be doing my Friday night card games from a remote location. since it is a Magic the Gathering pre-release weekend. And then, let's see, of course, Saturday and Sunday will probably both be Anthem. I'm going to try and do a review perhaps on Monday. It's either going to be a review or the state of the channel at that point. On and then on either Tuesday or Wednesday, it'll be the other thing on that. Next weekend, not the weekend of the 5th, 6th, and 7th, but the following weekend, we have Fight for the Fallen, which is also AEW. And I will be watching that, and I will be doing a prediction video, of course, for that. Right now, I think the only match that I know for sure is on that card is Cody and Dustin Rhodes versus the Young Bucks. And that's going to be a really, really well choreographed match. I don't know if they're going to make mention of the chair shot or anything. I know Cody did not have a concussion, but he did have 12 staples in his head. So, anyway, that is this week's reviews. Be prepared for this weekend's gaming and next week's review and everything. I'm trying to get this schedule done properly for you guys, you know. I'm still shooting everything on my LG phone. I still don't have anything to do any editing or anything with, or have a script in front of me for these, you know, videos. So these personal videos, because when I'm gaming, I focus more on the gaming anyway. You guys know that. I'm working on it. I'm working on getting everything set up for you guys, though. So, with that being said, if you like this, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video. Let me know what you would like to see me review next week. Whether it be a movie, a TV series, something. And of course, as always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be good to one another. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys this weekend.